Breaking point. Your destiny is calling, you being here right now. Your finger clicking on this video. Your eyes reading these words. None of it is coincidence. Carl Jung would call this your destiny meeting. Moment. Synchronicity. This is your subconscious manifesting in the external world. That massive transformation calling inside you has found a door. And that door just opened through this video right now. You unconsciously attracted this moment to yourself. Because your soul is ready. Your time has come, and your destiny is about to break wide open. I know you've been feeling strange things lately. You wake up at night and stare at the ceiling for hours. You wake up in the morning with a heavy body, a tired soul. Things that used to excite you don't hit the same anymore. Your relationships are shifting. Some people are drifting away. Sometimes you feel like a stranger in your own life. You look in the mirror and barely recognize yourself. And most of all, you feel this. Something big is about to happen, but you don't know exactly what. This feeling, this weight, this exhaustion, it's actually a sign that your destiny is preparing to break through. You're separating from your old identity right now, and your new destiny is in labor pains, ready to be born. Jung called this the peak of the individualization process. You're not just existing anymore. You're entering a massive transformation. Now I'm going to tell you why this video is connected to your destiny. But first, you need to accept the truth. Destiny isn't some fixed, unchangeable, pre-written script. This is one of the biggest misconceptions people have. Destiny is actually a path created by your current frequency. Whatever frequency you're living at, that frequency leads you to a specific timeline, a specific reality. And here's the big secret. If you change your frequency, you change your destiny. But most people don't know this. They think, this is my fate. This is my lot. This is what was written for me. And because they think that way, they never reach the breaking point of their destiny. But you're going to be different from those people, because you know you didn't come to this world as an ordinary person. You've been telling yourself that since childhood. You're aware that this life wasn't just handed to you randomly. But unfortunately, most people aren't even aware of this. Now, with this video, you're ready to bring out that feeling you can't quite name. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pause this video, subscribe to the channel, and write in the comments. I'm more ready for my transformation than I've ever been. Let this sentence be the first seal that starts your transformation. Now let's get back to our topic. Jung always said, unconsciousness is destiny. Consciousness is choice. As long as you surrender to those old unconscious programs, those fears from your past, those limits formed by your traumas, nothing changes in your destiny. Because the unconscious produces the same thoughts every day, makes you feel the same emotions, makes you take the same actions, and you get trapped in a loop in the same reality. But when you become conscious, when you see those automatic programs and recognize them, that's when you gain the power to change. And that's exactly where your destiny's breaking point begins. You're not living like a robot anymore. Now you're choosing, directing, and creating. So why now? Why did this video show up at this exact time? Because you're ready. Maybe you don't think you're ready yet. Maybe you're still saying, not yet. It's not time. But your body is ready. Your soul is ready. Only your ego is trying to protect that old identity. Because the ego fears change. The ego loves the known, loves what can be controlled, and you're offering it a journey into the unknown. That's why there's conflict inside you. Your soul wants to move forward. Your ego is pulling you back. But know this conflict is proof you're on the right path. Because, when destiny breaks, the ego resists. I want you to know this before starting this journey. Because this transformation won't be easy. Now I'm going to tell you how your destiny will break. First, understand this. A destiny break isn't a sudden event. It's a gradual awakening. But that process has a starting moment. And that moment usually comes after deep pain, major loss, or intense crisis. Because people only start looking up when they hit rock bottom. Jung called this the dark night. The dark night of the soul. And maybe you're in that dark night right now. You look around. You see nothing? You don't know where to go, what to do. But right here, right in this darkness, a spark ignites. And that spark is the first light of your new destiny. You saw it? That's why you're here. How do you know you're at your destiny's breaking point? There are very clear signs. First, sudden losses happen in your life. You get fired, relationships end, people distance themselves, plans fall through, and you think everything's going wrong. But actually, everything's going right, because the universe is making space for you. It's clearing out everything from your life that held you back in your old destiny, that limited you, that was incompatible with your new frequency. Second, a deep restlessness begins inside you. Your old life feels too small now. Old routines don't satisfy you anymore. Your old identity doesn't fit comfortably. This is a sign your soul is growing. Third, your dreams change. Jung said, dreams are messages from the unconscious. And at the destiny breaking point, dreams become very intense, very symbolic, very surprising. Sometimes, even when you're awake, you experience visions, inner voices, powerful intuitions. These are your soul's attempts to show you your new destiny. As you're about to transition to your new self, your dreams start appearing much stranger and clearer. And when you have these dreams, you feel them intensely. Now we're getting to the most critical part. What should you do to break your destiny? Step 1. Let your old identity die. This is painful to hear, but it's true. The old you has to die. That identity you've carried for years. That role you've played for years. That story you've believed for years. It must end now, because that identity brought you here. But it won't take you there. As Jung said, to be reborn, you must first die. But this isn't physical death. This is psychological death. The death of your old beliefs, the death of your old fears, the death of your old limits. And you might be resisting this, because that old identity was your safe zone. You knew how to live with it. You knew it. But that identity doesn't serve you anymore. That outfit is too small for you now. And you know you need to wear a new one. Step 2. Face your shadow. One of Jung's deepest teachings is shadow work. The shadow is all those aspects of yourself you've repressed, rejected, ignored. Maybe you suppressed your anger because you thought you had to be a good person. Maybe you hid your power because you believed you had to be humble. Maybe you denied your desires because you were taught ambition was bad. But understand this, there's gold in your shadow. That suppressed anger is actually your power to set boundaries. That hidden power is actually your leadership energy. That denied desire is actually your creative fire. And if you want to break your destiny, you must reclaim your shadow. You must integrate it, because an unintegrated person can never reach their full power. Step 3. Start living the new feeling. This is crucial. Emotion is the key to everything, because your emotion determines your frequency, and your frequency creates your destiny. How do you feel right now? Be honest. Anxious, fearful, inadequate, lost? These emotions lock you into your old destiny. But if you consciously generate the new emotion, if you live the feeling of that future that hasn't happened yet, right now, that's when destiny breaks. How would you feel if everything was the way you wanted? How would you breathe? How would you walk? How would you speak? Enter that feeling. Now don't wait for the future. Live the feeling of the future now, because the universe doesn't recognize time. The universe only recognizes frequency. Whatever frequency you're vibrating at, the universe reflects that frequency back to you. Step 4. Trust the chaos. When destiny breaks, there's chaos. Always. The old order collapses. The new order hasn't been established yet, and you're stuck right in the middle. This can feel terrifying, because you can't control it, can't plan for it, can't predict it. But this is exactly where trust must come in. As Jung said, stars are born in chaos. You're in that chaos right now, and your body fears this chaos. But your soul knows this chaos is necessary, because the old structure can't be torn down without the new structure being built. You must learn to see that destruction not as an ending, but as a beginning. Step 5. Pay attention to synchronicities. Jung's concept of synchronicity was one of his greatest discoveries. Meaningful coincidences, events in the external world synchronizing with the internal world. And at the destiny breaking point, synchronicities explode. The exact person you were thinking about calls. The exact book you need appears in front of you. The exact answer to your question is heard in a conversation. Just like you watching this video right now. These aren't random coincidences. These are messages the universe is sending you. You're shifting to the right frequency now, and the universe is sending you signs. But most people don't see these signs, because they're too busy looking outward. As Jung said, those who look outside dream. Those who look inside awaken. You're awakening now. That's why you started seeing the signs. Step 6. Confirm with action. Destiny doesn't change with thought alone. Destiny changes with action. If you think about your new destiny but keep doing the old actions, nothing changes, because the universe recognizes you by your actions, not your words. Actions are proof of your true belief. If you really want to change, you must take different actions. Do things you've never done. Do things that scare you, because that new destiny is outside your comfort zone. You have to push your boundaries to get there. Do something different every day, even if it's small. Walk a different route. Eat a different meal. Meet a different person. Read a different idea. Because your body is programmed by habits. When you start disrupting that program, your body starts adapting. And after a while, the new actions become normal. And that's when your new destiny begins. The most important truth, your destiny's breaking point, is actually a choice. A moment comes, and in that moment, you decide. Either you're going back to the old path, or you're continuing on the new path. There's no third option. You can't stay neutral, because life always flows forward. You either go with the current or swim against it. But there's no such thing as standing still. And when that critical moment comes, at that breaking point, you need to already know what you're going to do. Because that moment comes and goes very quickly. A window of opportunity opens and immediately closes. And if you're not ready in that moment, if you're not clear in that moment, you miss it. Then you look back and say, I wish I had made a different choice in that moment. But it's too late. That moment has passed. You might have to wait years for a new opportunity. Jung used to say something. Life is full of unreturned invitations. Your soul constantly calls you, invites you, sends you signs. But sometimes you're busy. Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you're scared, and you ignore the invitation. Your soul is patient for a while. It calls you once more. twice more. But after a while, it gives up, because it respects your free will. If you don't want it, it won't force you. But know this, every invitation you turn down tears a piece from your destiny. And one day you wake up and realize the life you're living isn't the life you wanted to live. Someone else's life. The life society imposed on you. The life your family determined for you. The life your fears trapped you in, but not the life your soul wanted. This video didn't appear to you by accident. This was a call from your soul, and you heard it. Now, there's only one thing you need to do. Answer. And you'll give this answer not with words, but with action. When you go home today, you're going to do something different. Think differently, feel differently, act differently, because today is your destiny's breaking point. Today is that big moment, not tomorrow, not some other day, today, right now. And you're not going to miss this moment anymore, because you're ready. I know you've been waiting for this for a long time. Maybe there's fear inside you. Maybe there's uncertainty, but these won't stop you anymore, because now you know, the real danger isn't moving forward, it's going back. The real risk isn't stepping into the new destiny, it's staying in the old one. And you've already made your choice. Let me end with one of Jung's final words. He said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." That courage is in your hands. This video reminded you of that courage. Now you're going to use that courage. You're going to break your destiny. You're going to enter the new path. And one day you'll look back and see that this video was the turning point of your life. The choice is yours. The power is yours. The destiny is yours. Now what will you do? Go back to the old path or continue on the new one? Your soul knows the answer. Now you know to. Claude is AI and can make mistakes. Please double check responses.